So I studied mechanical engineering with a concentration in robotics and controls, and I also studied music as like a double major. And I did not know I wanted to do mechanical engineering. I kind of just came into school. It seemed like a fun major, pretty big community, but not humongous like the computer science department. A lot of hands-on things, which is what I really loved. I'm pretty crafty. I like to make things with my hands, and I think that's how I ended up settling on my major. I took this really awesome class my freshman spring. This is when everybody was kind of locked up during COVID in their dorms. This was the only class that was offered in person, and it's called 200B. So all of the MIT classes are numbers. So each major is a different number from 1 through 22, I think. And course 1 is like civil and environmental engineering. I'm course 2, so mechanical engineering. Course 3, like material science and engineering, all these course numbers. And so whenever you introduce yourself, you say, hi, I'm Hana. I'm a course 2A. 2A is the flexible mechanical engineering major. So I did not have to write a thesis, and I could take a lot of electives that could build up my concentration. And so I took 200B, which is a toy product design class, which is you're divided into teams of like 4 or 5, and you design and like build a prototype of this toy over the course of a semester. And at the end of the semester, you do this presentation called Playsentations. So you play with it, and then you get to go. A lot of children come to watch, usually families. A lot of students come and watch. During COVID, we were outside on a stage. Nobody could come, but normally they have like food trucks and like cotton candy and for kids. And I think that class really kind of hooked me into choosing mechanical engineering. I did go in as a bioengineering major, but I knew after first semester bio that I could not do bio this much.
You didn't go through the Orgo
No.
gauntlet?
I just took intro bio and I said, this is not for me. So MIT has like a science core. And then we also have like humanities requirements. So you have to take 8 humanities classes throughout your time at MIT. They're called HAS classes, humanities, arts, and social science, I think. And so approximately 1 per semester. And so those are your 8, and then you have to take calc, like single and multivariable calc. You have to take bio and chem, and then physics 1 and 2. And so I took the first bio class, and I said, I can't do this. So then I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. So I took toy product design, and I thought this was so much fun. Mechie is not a huge major, but it's a very supported major. It's, colorful. Like, I think that class just really hooked me, and we got to learn how to CAD, machine, learn how to sew, learn how to use a vinyl cutter, kind of go through this like the product design process, like ideate, model it, test it, like reiterate, do it again, over and over and over again until this product that you really love. Obviously, over the course of a semester, you don't have that much time. But our team, we were the hippo team. Each team is like a different animal. And hippo team, we made something called Maze Cube, which is like a Rubik's Cube, but it's got like a maze etched on the outside. And there's like a ball on one end and a little ball, and then you got to get it to the other end by just twisting the Rubik's Cube to make the path for it to go to the other side. And I remember we like 3D printed the part, but we were sanding and polishing. And for our presentation, you have to put together like a little skit, and it's supposed to be entertaining, right? And so I don't remember what skit we did, but something about theft and like robbery, and you gotta save the maze cube, something like that. It was very fun. I think that really hooked me. Got to meet a lot of people who wanted to do Mechie. The professors were great. The grad student TAs were very kind, and I think I just committed from there. And so, yeah. And then I also studied music. I did a lot of music in high school. I joined the orchestra in college. We did COVID orchestra somehow. over Zoom. I don't remember what we did, how we did that. But then I did orchestra in person for about a year. The time didn't work out. It was 7:30 to 10 p.m. twice a week. And I loved it, but that time was too precious. I needed to go to office hours and I wanted to like piece out with my friends, and I stopped orchestra, but I continued this music major, which was super like a great break from all of my technical classes, and I loved it. It's not a performance major, like you don't have to practice your violin like 10 hours a day to get this major. You do like theory classes, history classes, electives, and you do have to do 2 semesters of performance, but like I had already done that through orchestra. I had some of my music classes done through my humanities requirements. So it was just a few more classes to get a minor, and then it was so fun. It was a few more classes to get the major, and it just happened that way. We have to take like communication intensive classes, so like some pretty heavy writing classes, and those were a great break from all of the problem solving and piece sets, because I took one of my favorite classes was a Beatles class, and there were maybe 7 or maybe 9 of us, and we would just come and to class, listen to an album the day before class, and we would just talk about the album.
That sounds so much fun.
It was so
I'm a
awesome.
huge Beatles fan.
Oh my gosh, it was one of my favorite classes. And we talked about all sorts of stuff, not just the music. We didn't analyze the music or anything like that, but we talked about like what was happening in the world during that time.
Right, cultural significance,
Summer of
historical
Love.
context.
Exactly. And what the impact the Beatles have had on like music today, and the way they dressed, and then the way like the cover art. And what do you notice about this picture versus like the cover of Yellow Submarine? Like, what does this mean? And that was one of the best classes I've taken at MIT, which is kind of funny to say, but really, really great break. And so people loved that class, and good way to just rest too.
Talked about a couple of the courses. Tell me about Sway. And the pictures will be up here, but I found these pictures online.
Oh, they're so cute.
Where'd you find
And this
that?
one.
That's me.
Oh.
Okay, so Sway. This great question. So all the Mechie, well, not all the Mechie seniors, but there is this big senior design capstone class called 2009, which is called Product Design Processes or Product Engineering Processes or Product Something Processes. We call it 2009, so I don't know the real name. But 2009 is iconic. Most of the Mechie seniors take this, and you are divided into color teams. I was on purple team. I actually asked them to put me on orange team, but there was no orange team. But I was on purple team, and the purpose of this class is to, kind of like 2000B, our toy product design class, but it's a larger scale, kind of ideate, model, and test this new alpha prototype based on a theme. So our theme this year was wild, which is kind of a very, very open-ended theme, and you can come up with anything. So purple team, we did a bed attachment that retroactively attaches to hospital and nursing home beds. And a big problem these days is bed sores, and nurses who have to rotate patients every hour, 2 hours, to help prevent bed sores, and they rotate them on the patients on their back to their side. And what's tough about this is that sometimes the nurses are smaller than the patients. It takes a lot of force and energy to rotate a patient. They usually have to bring in a partner nurse to help them do that. But nurses are so busy. They've got a lot of things to do, a lot on their plate, and sometimes if they can't get a partner, it's very, very taxing on the nurse's body to do this action alone. And so Sway is what we came up with is uses the bed sheets, and it's got motors and actuators, and it lifts up rails and kind of moves the bed sheets, and that would assist the nurses to not strain their backs and body so much, to help rotate the patients onto their sides, and the guardrails were lowered down, and that would tighten the sheets for them. So that's what purple team did. Yeah, that was so much fun. All the teams have great, cool ideas. Red team did like a railroad track cleaner because in the Boston area, like the T is slow. The MBTA is so slow, but it's even slower when there's rain and leaves all over the tracks. So they helped clean that. Their prototype was huge and heavy, but the presentation was really awesome. And then blue team did like a water bottle cleaner because college students, their water bottles are disgusting. I don't remember how often I cleaned mine, not often enough, but it was like this cool door that opened and you put your water bottle in there and it would clean out the water bottle. And I think blue team is actually working to get that out into the market and actually do start a startup with that. And so all the teams do really cool things. Pink team did like a software-less laser cutter. So it just kind of, you draw something and it scans it and it'll cut it onto whichever material you want it. I think pink team might be working on it too. Purple team is not, I don't think, working on Sway anymore. But that was a highlight of senior fall and great. A lot of my friends, like in my friend group, none of them are mechanical engineering majors. They're all CS. So 60% of our school is some type of CS. And so I spent I kind of went to office hours and did my PSETs kind of alone on my first 3 years of school because all my friends would work together. But then after doing 2009, I met a lot of people in my major, and I had wished I had made more friends in my major, but it was better late than never, and I made a lot of cool friends. And 2009 is many credits. We call them units at MIT. It's 15 units, which means it's supposed to be about 15 hours a week, including lectures and labs. But towards the end of the semester, before the big product launch, we spent 20, 30 hours in the lab all together. I remember our electronics broke the day before, and we were freaking out, ordering parts, and in the lab until 1 a.m. trying to fix it. And so yeah, that's a core memory.
If you guys can find the website, I'll probably put it in the description somewhere. The presentation and the entire event is so much fun. Just like a dance thing.
Yes. So the professor who organizes is super over the top, and it's a huge deal. He gets musicians. I think they might be faculty or some type of staff, and they make parodies of all these pop songs that are about 2009, and there's confetti and all these lights, and they do dress rehearsals. Smoke comes everywhere, and it's a whole production. And a lot of people stream to watch 2009. There's a ticket lottery system, and pom-poms, and everybody's wearing their team colors. And if you come to watch a purple team member, they're also wearing purple. It's very iconic. In senior fall, or in the fall, 2009 is great, and in the spring, 2000B, the presentation's really awesome for that.